Bears Sunday afternoon on Fox. In the playoffs, but competing with the Commanders to see if they're 6 or 7. Now, since the last meeting with the Bears, J-Lo has had a pretty good passer rating. The Bears defense, second worst.
Drew says Bears defense great.
Drew, we have got 3 minutes
Top
here
tier.
to cook. Do you need to see a dominant performance from J-Lo?
I would like to. Obviously, I'm not at this point giving up on my pick of the Packers winning NFC, but
You're right there on the.
no. It's gonna be an uphill climb. I mean, they're not the freaking Houston Texans. They got a shot.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I forgot you picked. I'm just saying they got a shot. My boys got a shot. All right, but no. Here's the deal. Last year, when we know he was really good in the playoffs, he went into that playing great.
Right.
His last 4 games of last year, 9 touchdowns, no picks, like a 115 passer rating, and he carried it over in the playoffs. This year, he's, the last 2 games he's been shaky, not bad, but not good. And so now I wonder what's he going to be like going into these playoffs. So I would like to see a big game because, look, the defense is good enough. The run game with Josh Jacobs is good enough. Matt LaFleur is good enough. J-Lo has to hold up his end of the bargain.
Also, big difference between 6 and 7 seed. Big difference between going potentially to Tampa and going to Philly. Yeah, so I mean, they should win either way, but they need to win the game.
Yeah, he needs a dominant performance. You just spoke to a lot of the reasons why, like not only for the team to have some confidence and momentum going into the postseason, but for yourself. If you're Jordan Love, you got to believe that you have so much better football to play, and you have played better football. And understanding this, like out of the 7 teams that are going, well, out of the 6 other teams that are going to make the postseason, like their record against 5 of those teams or 4 of those teams, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Like they played obviously the Lions and the Vikings twice,
Yep.
the Philadelphia Eagles, and that one win is against the Rams, who
When they didn't have
were
the rest.
without Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. So you beat a team that was kind of crippled at home or on the road, and they're saying that same very team is like, I don't care. You guys can come. I don't care who comes. Because they understand and they believe in what they have at the quarterback position. Right now, the Green Bay Packers are leaning on Josh Jacobs in that run game more than Jordan Love. And that has to change when you think about what teams are going to try to take away.
So I just think Jordan's been underwhelming this year. I think that's fair. Like, so if you put up
when he had it going.
Right. If you put up his numbers this year to last year, they look incredibly similar. The problem is we didn't fall in love with Jordan Love because of his numbers last year. Fell in love with Jordan Love because of his numbers over the second half of last year. You know what I mean? So last year it was really below average the first half dozen games and then on fire down the stretch of the season. This year he's just kind of been, I hate to say it, Hubs.
Oh.
Mid,
yeah.
Throughout the year. And so that I don't think they have any shot of going on the road round after round after round in the playoffs and winning those games unless he gets back to the level he was playing at the end of last year, which is, I think, tough. Like that might have been a little over his skis.
No, it wasn't a little over his skis. Don't be taking Colin Cowherd's saying right now, all right? Listen, I do agree. I don't necessarily need to see Love be dominant. I'm going to define dominant, but I do want to see the Packers offense look near flawless. I'm I try not to be so like, you got to be perfect, you got to be flawless, because like that's virtually impossible. But like, you're going up against the Bears, all right? You're at home. The Bears got nothing, okay? They're just nothing, all right? You want that momentum. You want to play high-level football. You have all these great teams, which I've talked about a lot recently, that you have all these top teams, the Vikings, the Eagles, the Lions, the Bills, the Ravens, the Chiefs. They're all ending on a high note. They're all winning very convincingly. Some of their offenses and their defenses, for that matter, are playing like like video game-esque, right? The defense has no chance. The offense has, the defense of the opposing team has no chance against the offense, and the offense has no chance against the defense. Like, it's just like, it's just every aspect of the game has just been, again, dominant can be a strong word, but, pretty dominant. We'll just stick with that language. And that's what you want to see out of the Packers, going up against a clearly inferior team, a largely inferior team. So, like, this is one of those games from Jordan Love and this offense specifically. It's like, I want to feel that the Packers can do whatever they want. If they're going to run the ball, it's like, oh, man, they're running effortlessly. Jordan Love drops back and throws the ball 20 yards down the field. Oh, my God, man, this is just pitch and catch. This is just like playing on the schoolyard right now. Like, that's what I want to say. I want this to look like effortless. I want it to look like that the Packers are doing whatever they want to do. That's what I'm looking for more than anything. And again, near flawless, like, I would not be okay at this point to see Jordan Love throw an interception. I would not be okay with, like, a tough fumble. Like, it's just like, no, not right now. Like, no. Like, you should be able to beat this team easily, and it should feel elementary. Your elementary game plan and energy in this game should be enough to convincingly win. I don't care that it's division. I don't care about any of that. Like, that's the lens that I'm looking at the Packers through right now. You're either a top team and a great team, or you're not. And I believe they are a top team. So that's why it's like, this is what I want from them. If I get a game, like, even if it's like a 21-7, like, I'd still be like, yeah, I guess. I'd have to see kind of how it unfolds. If it's just like obvious that, like, they're totally in control, and now and the Packers are kind of just like letting off the gas a little bit, and the Bears were able to get that touchdown, but, like, it was really kind of much ado about nothing. I just will have a hard time accepting any moment in this game where I'm just like, oh, what are you doing? How did you allow that? Oh my God. Did you seriously just go 3 and out after blank? Like, I would have a tough time because I've already had too many of those moments this season. And that's why I'm not going to get wrapped up into, like, does Jordan Love need to play better? I'm looking at the Packers right now. I'm not just putting this all on just Jordan Love. I want to see Matt LaFleur in control. I want to see him calm, cool, and collected, and like, yeah, we're going to win this game, and we're going to win this convincingly, and I know it, right? Like we're just going to do it. I'm going to just set out to do what I know I can do. Like, this game should be big brother, little brother. Big brother, little brother. A team, B team. Varsity, JV. NFL, college. That's who the Bears have consistently shown to be throughout this entire season. So you should watch this game and just be like, oh yeah, there's levels to this. When you want to say who's been mid, the Bears have been mid. Like, that's the takeaway. The Packers cannot have a Buffalo Bills Patriots game. That would be unsettling. It was unsettling to a degree when the Bills did it. I mean, it was. You could chalk it up and be like, you can't play every game great, division, yada. I mean, yeah, sure. But they needed that blowout win against the Jets for you to be like, all right, that's the Bills we know and love. The Ravens, they needed to roll who they rolled. The Giants, the Texans. No, not the Texans. Was it the Texans? I forget already at this point. I think it was the Texans, yeah. It was the Giants, then the Texans. We need that game from the Packers. We need that game from the Packers. And I think this team needs it too. This is where the youth of this team matters. Because I don't think some of these players, and Jordan Love for that matter, they haven't played long enough where that level of their confidence in themselves runs deep enough. I've talked about this a lot. I think even the Josh Allens of the world, the Patrick Mahomes of the world, they still deal with self-doubt. They still have times where they're laying in bed, looking in the mirror, whatever, and thinking to themselves, do I have what it takes? What do I, can I do this? Can I find another way through this? It's just human nature. It just is what it is. The difference is that they have so much experience and have done it so many times that they can kind of talk themselves through it. more skillfully. Come on, man. You know this is just what always happens the night before a game. You just know this is what happens before a Super Bowl. You just know this is what happens at halftime. Like they've done it so many times. They have so much to go off of. They build up so much equity and confidence just in themselves, just within their own being, their own mind. Jordan Love doesn't have that. Many of this Packers team doesn't have that. Heck, Matt LaFleur doesn't have that as the head coach. They just haven't been doing it long enough. So, yeah, getting a big win, like when we talk about momentum, I don't think momentum doesn't matter as much for a team like the Kansas City Chiefs. They've been there so many times. They know, hey, playoffs, let's get to it. The Packers, these younger teams, they don't have that to fall back on. So momentum to me and confidence building is really, really, really important for this Green Bay Packers team. So that's just what I'm looking for. I'm expecting it too. And if we don't see it, yeah, I mean, like, I think it would be totally fair for every Green Bay Packers fan to be like, uh-oh, what's going on? And just on the same token, if they get a big, convincing, dominant, comfortable win, then it's like, all right, that's the momentum, right? You got the spark going. You got the fire going. Now just keep fanning those flames and let's build off of it. Like, let's go, baby. Let's go. We know what we're capable of doing. We know what we've done in the past, and we are confident in what we will do moving into the future. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers? Do you think they, or him for that matter, Jordan Love, need a dominant performance against the Bears, or do you think it doesn't matter? It's just the final game of the season against the Bears. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.